Good morning, sir. My name is Ayesha May Pasigna, and now I will discuss the School of Linguistics. Introduction. Linguistics is the scientific study of language as a universal and recognizable part of the human behavior. It aims to analyze and describe language and how it is organized to meet human needs. In addition to its function, in the late 19th century, four linguistic schools emerged in the Europe with different approaches to the study of language. Four linguistic schools are functionalisms, structuralisms, generativisms, cognitivisms. Each school has its own distinct approach to the study of language. Structuralists believe that language can be analyzed in terms of its component parts, while functionalists focus on the role of language in communication. Generative grammarians aim to describe the rules that underlie all utterances, while cognitive linguistics focus on the mental processes involved in language use. Functionalism. Functionalism is a linguistic school that is concerned with the function of language in society. It is interested on how language is used to communicate meaning and how it influences social interaction. Functionalists believe that language is a tool that humans use to interact with each other and that it plays an important role in shaping our social world. Functionalists have identified three main functions of language. First, communication. Second, control. Third, representation. Communication. The primary functions of language is to communicate information and ideas between people in order to achieve some kind of shared understanding. Functionalists emphasize that language is a means by which people communicate with each other. Language is not an end itself, but rather a tool for getting from one point to another. Without the ability to communicate using language, human interaction will be very different. Control. Language is also a means of controlling the actions, feelings, and behavior of others. How we use language can shape the behavior of others and the way they respond to us. If a person uses language to maintain distance between himself and others, he is likely to experience less social interaction. If a person uses language in a way that makes him seems like he fits in with the crowd, he is more likely to experience acceptance and approval from others. Representation. Representation in linguistics refers to the way that spoken language is represented in the mind. With the advances in technology, communication has become more important than even before. The ability to communicate effectively can be the difference between success and failure in many aspects of life. Structuralism. In linguistics, structuralism is an approach that emphasizes the study of language as a system of rules and components. Structuralists believe that all languages have the same basic structure and that this structure is universal. They also believe that language is a tool for communication and that it can be studied scientifically. Generativism. Generative is a school of linguistics thought that emphasizes the role of grammar in language. Generative grammar is a type of drama that describes how sentences are formed in a language. Noam Chomsky, a prominent linguist, developed the theory of generative grammar. According to Chomsky, there are two levels of representation in generative grammar: surface structure and deep structure. Surface structure is the level at which phonemes are combined to form the word, and deep structure is the level at which meaning is encoded. Generative grammarians seek to describe the rules that govern sentence formation in a language. Cognitivism. Cognitivism is the linguistic school that emphasizes the mental processes involved in language use. Proponents of this approach argue that language is a tool for thinking and that understanding language requires understanding the mental processes that underlie it. Conclusion. The four linguistic schools have their own unique way of looking at language. They also have their own strengths and weaknesses. However, all four schools are important in the study of linguistics. Each school provides a different perspective on language, and without this perspective, it is impossible to fully understand the complexity of language. Next is the major branches of linguistics. Introduction. Linguistics is the science of language. It is the subject whose practitioners devote their energy to understanding why human language is the way it is. They study the history, acquisition, structure, and use of as many languages as possible. About linguistics. Main branches of linguistics, which are phonetics, phonology, morphology, syntax, semantics, pragmatics, and the macrolinguistics are psycholinguistics, sociolinguistics, anthropological, computational. Here are the major branches of linguistics. Phonology. The sounds in a speech is cognitive terms. Phonetics. The study of sounds in a speech is physical terms. Syntax. The study of the formation and structures of sentences. Semantics. The study of meanings. Morphology. The study of the formation of words. And pragmatics is the study of the use of languages. Linguistics also analyze the effects and influences of different factors, including the social, historical, political, cultural, and etc. on language. Phonology. Phonology is the branch of linguistics that studies how languages or dialects systematically organize their sounds, or for sign languages, their constituent part of signs. The term can also refer specifically to the sound or sign system of a particular language variety. Phonetics. Phonetics is a branch of linguistics that studies how humans produce and perceive sounds, or in the case of sign languages, the equivalent aspects of sign. Linguists who specialize in studying the physical properties of speech are phoneticians. Syntax. In linguistics, syntax is the study of how words and morphemes combine to form larger units such as phrases and sentences. Central concerns of syntax include word order, grammatical relations, hierarchical sentence, structure agreement, the nature of cross-linguistic variation, and the relationship between form and meanings. There are the numerous approaches to syntax that differ in their central assumptions and goals. Semantics. In linguistics, semantics is the subfield that studies meaning. Semantics can address meaning at the level of words, phrases, sentences, or larger units of discourse. Two of the fundamental issues in the field of semantics are that of compositional semantics, which pertain on how smaller parts like words combine and interact to form the meaning of larger expressions, such as sentences, and lexical semantics. Morphology. In linguistics, morphology is the study of words, how they are formed, and their relationship to others words in the same language. It analyzes the structure of words and parts of words such as stems, roots words, prefixes, and suffixes. Morphology also look at parts of speech, intonation, and stress, and the way context can change a word's pronunciation and meaning. Pragmatics. In linguistics and related fields, pragmatics is the study of how context contributes to meaning. The field of study evaluates how human language is utilized in social interactions, as well as the relationship between the interpreter and the interpreted. Linguists who specialize in pragmatics are called pragmaticians. That's all. Thank you.